Good morning. Hi, Ginny. Okay, so it's going to be warmer here and chilly there. So I'm sorry you get some of our cold weather. Good morning, everybody. I'm Kim. I am Fortunate Creations. And this is Sunday morning coffee hangout. Talk about what you've done all week. Talk about what you're about to do. I'm going to talk about this in a minute. Welcome in. Grab a cup of coffee or your favorite beverage for the morning. And let's start talking about some crafting and crochet. I did so many crafts this week, and I just realized I forgot to bring one. So I'll have to save that for next weekend. But I'm a little behind on my goal. Good morning, Arrow. I'm a little behind on my goal of 3 per day for the squares, the blocks that I'm doing for the year. And I started with this book, and I'm 13 of them done. Good morning, Tammy. How are you? So 13 or 14 of them done. In my defense, I had to have my Chat GPT explain a couple of the patterns to me. And I consider myself pretty well versed in patterns. I can read them, understand them usually, but there's a couple of them, in here that it just, they didn't give enough. Good morning, Tank. Good morning. So I'm working my way through this book. Good morning, Angela. I'm glad you were here catching me live too. I'm talking about, now those of you that might not know, I have challenged myself. I have 15 books and 3 decks of cards, all for granny squares and blocks. And I have challenged myself. Good morning, Tammy. I have challenged myself to make every single one of them. So that's about 1,047. So it breaks down to about 3 a day. Now, I didn't assign this to myself until we were about in the 4th or 5th, whatever last Sunday was. So I'm a little bit behind. Today's the 11th, so I should be at 33. I'm at 13 or 14, but I will catch up. You know me, once I challenge myself. Good morning, Karen. Oh my goodness, I missed your face. So I have been working diligently on these. I'm going to share them all with you. Some of them are going to be the blankets for the kids for the adoption party that I'm having for one of the kids' birthday parties. And some of them are going to make some pretty nice bags. So I think the ones that the ones that the kids don't pick for the blankets for their adopted pets, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I am sorry. This happens. I don't know how to breathe, apparently. But anyway, I do birthday parties here. And one little girl that is in my school booked an adoption clinic. So I went in the basement. Let me back up and say that again. I went in the basement and I got out the Beanie Babies that I've been saving for my daughter since she was, I don't know, this big. Good morning, Tracy. So I got them out. Now, River Life and I have been digging through them. I do. We've been digging through them to make sure there's no like really valuable ones in there. And we've gotten through about half of them. And there are a couple that are worth like $300-400. So those I'm setting aside. But all the ones that come up like $4 to $8, I'm using them for the adoption clinic. So there's going to be 8 kids. I got the little carrot. I'm going to have to show them to you next weekend because I left them home. I didn't have enough arms to bring everything. No, there's no spiders down there. Well, that I've seen. Ew, now I got to check and make sure they're not on me. No, there's no spiders down there that I've seen yet, but it's just, I got to hunch over when I'm down there. It's only 4.5 feet tall. So it's quite a spectacle. When I do go down there, it's quite a spectacle. So I went down, I grabbed them all. We got some really cute ones for the adoption clinic. And then I put the others aside. I reached out to my daughter. Good morning, Frizzy. Good morning. I reached out to my daughter to see if she wanted them. She does not want them. Good morning, Suzanne. So what I'm going to do is I'm saving the ones that are worth money for her. I'm putting them away, and then the rest I'm going to use if the kiddos book those parties. So that's that. Oh my goodness. You guys, I do need more coffee, and there isn't any here, so I'm going to have to knock it off. So yeah. So the squares in this book are beautiful squares, but the instructions in this book are not the best. I'll explain it to you when I get to the squares that gave me trouble because of a lack of instruction. I'll explain it to you when I get there. There is one I've skipped completely because I have tried 3 times. I will explain that in a minute. I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. Well, I'll get it out of the way and then I'll get back to this. So you guys know how I love to go to the Salvation Army. Wednesday is half price day. So I went and I walk in and this is sitting there. Now you guys know how much I love Seinfeld. I love the show. The show is my favorite show ever been, ever watched, ever, right? So that's sitting there and he's got like $15 on it. And I looked at the guy, I'm like, listen, I said, I love Seinfeld. And who doesn't love Kramer? I said, but I can't do that. Sorry. And he says to me, right? So the guy says to me, well, because that was one of the stickers, because the whole store is half price at the Salvation Army, except for one sticker every Wednesday. And he was the color sticker that wasn't on sale. So I said to the guy, I can't. I said, I want him, but I can't. And he goes, what if I give him to you for $5? I said, put him in the Jeep. Put him in the Jeep. Boom. So there's Cosmo. He's not going to stay there, but I wanted to put him behind me for you guys to see. It says, he is a loathsome, offensive brute, yet I can't look away. I love him. So, yeah. Do you guys remember the episode? Do you remember the episode? It was Jerry was dating a painter, an artist. And George had to buy a painting. He spent like $1,500 on it. And then in the meantime, Kramer, I love it. Anyway, and this couple from like the Hamptons or something came in. And the wife said that quote. So, Louisiana. Yeah, it's a bit warmer here today, actually. I got to walk out in the yard with Fritz. That's a big thing. So, all right, let's get back to the squares that I'm working on. Now, I will reiterate what my goal was. My goal was I have so many books about granny squares and blocks and this and that I have challenged myself in 2026 to make them all. I think it's 1,047. So it breaks down to about 3 a day. I'm a little behind, but I'm getting there. So you want to take a look at what I've done so far? I've got some of them on the blocking board here, and I'll take them off to show you as I go. So let's go. Let's rock and roll. I don't read the instruction or the introductions and all that. I just went right to the blocks. And although some of these would make really pretty blankets, I really think that some of them are going to make. Good morning, Mama. How are you? I love Pounce Huggles. So, all right, here we go. It starts with triangle stripes. Now, you guys know I don't love the corner to corner ones, but that being said, so far the ones I've done for this are fine. So the corner stripes, now all of these are about 6-inch squares. So I'm just going to take it off here. Now, I slide it on here because I want it to be squarer than it is. So here it is. It's going to look a little off shape because I just pulled it off the blocking thing. But here it is. So let's hold them up how it's supposed to look. So there we go. I don't have the exact colors. I have similar colors, and I'm just trying to use the similar colors. So here's the first block. I didn't hate it. I actually think it would make a really pretty bag. So that's one. The second one is tiny textures. Okay, so this one is really nice. Super easy stitch, super easy everything. Really came out pretty. There it is. They had a more, they had a more orangey color than I used. But like I said, I'm just grabbing what's near me. So there it is, the tiny texture. The instructions on this one were okay. They weren't horrible. Okay, next is the square target. Some of these came out so pretty. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's the wrong side. Let's do the right side. There we go. There's the square target. Good morning, River Light. I'm not leaving it there, hon. I'll take it down. I just wanted him there. So there's the square target. Came out pretty good, right? And this one was really fun to make. Here, this one's really, I think this would make a beautiful, I think this one would make a beautiful bag. So let me slide it over. There we go. It came out really cool. It was easy to make. The instructions were great. Not so much for all the rest of them, but that's all right. This one, super duper easy. Kind of like a fan stitch all the way across. There's mine. There, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Next is textured bubbles, textured bluebells. I can't read upside down. Good morning, Marlene. And so there's the textured bluebells. Doing all right, yeah. Next is, okay, you know my favorite, the corner, but in my defense, this one came out really cool. So let me put it over here. Boom. Can somebody say mic drop? It came out really nice, right? So what I did different, I went around the whole outside with a blue border. Most of mine, I put a border on. Most of theirs, they don't have a border, but you can see the difference in mine. I really like it. Okay, what's next is the popcorn flower. Pretty. Easy, pretty, worked up really fast. Excuse me, my nose, it just worked up really fast. Okay. Now this next one here, the instructions were fine. I got to use both hands for this. The instructions were fine, but the yarn I had handy was very, very thin. Came out. I have it on the blocking board because it's very, very flimsy. So hopefully the shape won't throw you off too much. It will not make you one, Lori, I promise. Here, this one is really pretty though. I'm going to try to set it here and show you theirs versus my, oh, I can do it this way. It's pretty, but it's very, very flimsy. Okay. So I just bought some of that fabric stiffener. I'm going to spray it and stiffen it, but it is really pretty. Again, instructions were fine. Okay. This one was kind of boring. I mean, it worked. It was nice and everything, but it's kind of boring. So there it is. It's bigger than the others. I don't know why. Maybe my tension was too loose. Now, this next one. Here's what it looks like. Okay. Very cool pattern, right? It really is. And I'm like, okay, I've never done one of these before. I'm trying to, for most of these, I look at the square and I pretty much kind of have how we're going to do it. But I'm like, what the heck? How am I doing this one? So here's the directions, you guys. And tell me if I'm crazy. Okay. Lori, be nice. Tell me if I'm crazy. Here are the directions. Foundation chain. Using yarn A, chain 29. Okay. Here's the pattern. Here's Okay, so I said, okay, I'll chain 29. Working the pattern. When following the chart, read odd numbered rows, right side rows from right to left, and even numbers from starting at the bottom right-hand corner of the chart, work the 34 row pattern from the chart, single crochet on the first row, work the first single crochet into the second chain from the hook. First crochet, one single crochet into each along the row. That's it. Good morning, Michelle. That's it. That's only they didn't tell me how to get the pattern. I get it. My skills should be to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing, but I didn't. I wasn't quite sure. So I actually had to ask my chat GPT. No, this is the chart. So I asked chat GPT, I took a picture of this and I said, simplify this for me. And it did. It said, start with a chain of 29, working in groups of 4 stitches, alternate colors, working in sets of 4 rows, alternate pattern. Okay. Now I get it. Okay. So there it is. And it actually came out really pretty. I really like it. I don't know what so the thing is, you can see, here you go, we'll do it this way. You can see some of the yarn poking through because you're running the other color right along the top of the whole row. So you're doing 4 singles with one color, switching, 4 singles with another color, switching, and then the rows. And the rows at the end are the reason why I put the border on this one, because you can see all the changes. You can see all the yarn changes on the ends, but I think it really came out pretty. This would make a beautiful handbag. If I really want to make another one, I'll just do another one this size. Wouldn't this be a cool handbag? That's one of my favorites. So that was one of the ones where the instructions were just, I couldn't do it. It is pretty, right? All right, now this one is called Fine Lines. Very nice pattern, super easy. It's just single crochets alternating rows. They could have made it a little more difficult, but it's not. It's just single crochet, super easy. All right, flipping the page. It'd be cool in black. Okay, so circle in a square. I show you again, it's on the blocking thing because it's a little flimsy. Okay, a little bit flimsy. And again, don't let the shape throw you off. I am getting the stiffening spray. Well, I actually use pillowcases, old pillowcases. Okay, so here is how mine came out. Let me cover that. There's how mine came out. So it came out really pretty. I used different colors than they did, but it still came out really, I think it's really pretty. I like that one. And the instructions are great for that one. Now the next one. Alhambra, this here. I haven't done this one yet. And the reason I haven't done this one yet is I have tried it 3 or 4 times and I can't get past round 3. I don't know if it's me or if it's the book, but this is literally testing. It says it's a 2 difficulty, which shouldn't be that hard for me. It's only 1 color, so I thought, oh, I'll just whip this up. So this one's on the back burner. I don't want to skip any of the squares that I have. I don't want to skip any of them. But for right now, in the interest of catching up and getting all the other ones done, I'm going to go ahead and skip that one for now. Now, the next one is the corner square. And again, you know how I love the corners. So I put these in the wrong order. So let me move this one out of the way and get the corner square. It actually came out cute, but again, I put a border around it. And I think with me, it's an optical illusion. If I don't see a border around it, it just doesn't look square to me. So I have not tucked my tails yet because I just finished this one this morning. So I'm trying to show you. Okay. Again, I don't love the corners, but there it is. Wait, over that way. There it is. I don't love this one, but like I said, I'm trying every one of them. Again, every time I do one of these corner ones, it makes me think it's wrong. But I did it. It's done. And then the last, that was a loud vehicle. The last one I did this morning was this one, and it's called the Water Lily. Now on this one, I started out using their pattern for about 10 seconds. And then I decided to go with my own because their instructions seemed a little convoluted to me. And when I used their counting, their stitch count, I always came up one short. So I just went ahead and I looked at the picture and I made it myself. There it is. I think it's just as pretty. And again, if I made another one, it would make a cute purse. So that's where I am right now. I am done with that exception of one. Alhambra. And I'm looking at it again, and mine still, none of the times look like this. So if any of you want to try it, shoot me an email and I'll send you this and see if you can work it up. I'm stuck and it's very frustrating, but I'm going to mark it and come back to it. Just like we're making a test, right? Mark the ones you're stuck on and come back to them when you're done with the others. So what is in store for me next? Next is alternate baubles and a traditional granny, the lacy cross. These are the 4 I want to get done today. And colorful baubles. The baubles are cool. When you look at them, there's the front of the book. When you look at them, they look, when you're making them, they're not. And it's not, Michelle. The front of the book is this, and it's number 14. So these are the 4 I'm trying to get done today. I don't know why they take me a little over an hour to do them. Probably because I'm, watching TV or not paying attention or whatever it is I do. So I did get a new blocking thingy-my-bobby. That's really cool. I like it. I ordered one at the store too. I like it because it stands up. It's got the little stand. I like that. So that's what I've been up to for that. Now, what else have I been doing? I feel like I've been doing a lot more than that. I did my So I did about 4 or 5 of these hot air balloons. And again, I'm getting the stiffening stuff. I'm going to spray it a little bit more. But in the basket of them, I crocheted the succulents. So there's 2 different succulents in here now. The basket is a cat food can wrapped in twine and covered in lace. Isn't that fun? So fun. So fun. And the succulents are so easy to make. I really had a blast with those. That was a good time. What? Now I got to hang it back up. So I did about 4 or 5 of those. I sold a couple of the succulent plants that I had just put in just as succulent plants in little pots over there. I sold them. Oh, the woman that I made the purse for, granny bag purse, she came in yesterday and she loved it. That, hi Rebecca, that feeling When somebody orders something from you and they come in to pick it up and their face lights up and they're very excited when you give it to them, that's a feeling. That's one of the reasons why I craft the way I do, because when you see something in your head and it comes out, oh, I'm sorry. You're not Rebecca, you're Angie. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Frizzy. But the feeling you get when you have it in here and it comes out here is amazing. It's really amazing. It's really cool. Good morning, calling Gloria. Yes. That's a cute idea. Have it hanging down. I got a couple more of them brewing at home. That's a really great idea, baby mobile. I think I wouldn't make the basket out of a cat food can just in case if it were a baby mobile. I mean, it's all completely covered and there's nothing sharp, but I might find a little wicker basket for it instead. So I did those, and then I started. So at first, when that little girl was going to do her adoption clinic, I was going to make all of the little animals. Well, that became just too much to do. So that's why I switched to the Beanie Babies. But before that, I had made 5 little hedgehogs. And I'm so mad that the hedgehogs are sitting at home. They're not hedgehogs. They're opossums. They're possums. What's that got to tell you? They do not belong on the island of misfit toys, but the fact that I couldn't remember if they were opossums or hedgehogs will tell you a little bit. But they are cute. So I'll be bringing them to the store. They're only about this big. They're really cute. Let's see. What else? I want to make sure I got to everything I made this week. See my brain? Can you see the smoke coming out? I look like Kramer. Okay, I think that's it for what I've made. I made a couple signs. I didn't bring them again. They're in the box with the hedgehogs or possums or whatever. I'll show you them. I made one that's really cute. It's a clock. And at noon, 3, 6, and 9 is a skein of yarn. And the dashes in between, like 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11, are little crochet hooks. And at the bottom, it says it's yarn o'clock somewhere. It came out really cute. So that one, I'll be bringing that. It's really neat. What's the other one I made? No, I can't remember. What? Okay. River of Life wants me to tell the opossum story. So when we were at our other house in Ballston Spa, we had a cat, 2 cats that went outdoors, indoor, outdoor, right? And he would go out back to have a cigarette. He'd stand out back and the cats would purr and go in and around his feet. Well, one night he's out there. Hi, Len. So one night he's out there. I don't think anything of it. He comes back in and his eyes are this big. And I'm like, what happened? What's going on? He was standing out there leaning on the railing of the deck. And the cat came up under his feet and was eating out of the dish of food because we left food out there for them. He reaches down. He's, hi, Kitten. How are you? Because that was our cat's name. Hi, Kitten. Kitten didn't make any noise, which was weird because Kitten usually makes noise. And then he's like, what's wrong with your tail? It wasn't Kitten. It was a possum. So the possum didn't realize, because he was standing so quiet and still, possum didn't realize he was even there. The possum just went up the stairs, was eating out of the cat dish, and didn't realize he was there until he talked to him. So he almost pet a possum. We called him Opie, and I fed him vegetables for the rest of the... So, yeah, so that's the opossum story. Me, I don't know. I'm sitting inside. I don't know any different from any different. Well, Lori, I hope you have fun with the crazy lady today. I'll see you in a bit. Yes. Well, Suzanne, it's 5 days a week right now until summer comes, and then I will run it Monday through Friday. And then I believe River Life will take it Saturday, Sunday. We haven't worked out those yet. But right now it's open 5 days a week. We're closed Monday, Tuesday. I'm open on the weekends because I work full time during the week. So I can't be here. So that's why I'm open. Kramer's staring at me. He's cracking me up. So you know how I have kids come and do crafting and stuff like that? Well, a lot of the kids have been working with the air dried clay. So I was in the Salvation Army and I found these. I'm not sure even what's in here, so I figured we'd open it together. It looks like it'll be something cool for the clay. Like this is a cat in 2 sizes. That's how this goes? Or is it one size cat and you push this on it to make, he's always judging me, Karen. So I don't know. Either way, it's a cat and it'll be cute for clay. Is this a deer? Is this a reindeer? I don't know what this is. I think it's a reindeer. Or is it a puppy? Anybody? Anybody gonna have any idea what the heck this is? It is not a possum. I have no idea. It looks like horse's head right there, but it can't be a 2-headed horse. Anybody going once, going twice? I don't know what this is. We'll set it over here. It's a rabbit? It's a rabbit? I don't see rabbit. But I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I don't see rabbit. Okay. Anyway, what's this? The ears are right. Okay. So this is just a triangle. And this I think this is a flower. It's a deer. Yeah, that's what I kind of saw in it, was a reindeer. Now we've got 2 more big ones. Here's that size. Good morning, Heidi. Ooh, we got a dinosaur. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. That's all the words I know. And another flower or star or whatever. Heidi, how are you this morning? Good morning. All right. What else? Now there's little miniature. A piece of cheese. Oh, okay. And here's little teeny ones. Even the little teeny one of the one I don't know. Yeah, good. Because, oh, there's the cat. Here's a cat one. Can you see it? There you go. Ew, sinus infections are the worst. Every time I get a cold, it goes right to my sinuses. And for the next week, I have a sinus infection. It is the worst. Here's the flower. Oh, here's a bear. There's the dinosaur. These are fun. So I figure the kids will have a blast. It was $1.99 at the Salvation Army. So I figure, you know what? Oh, the triangle is cheese. I don't know. Cheese. Hey, if I could see the world all in cheese, it's fine with me. Oh, there. Did I show you guys the cat? Yes, I did. Wow. I mean, it was a whole 3 minutes ago. How could I? Cheesehead. My daughter's father calls her Cheese. He always has. I don't know why. Who? Mine is not to question why. All right. So my goal for the week is to get through these and then these. Okay. Michelle, did you find the book somewhere? I'm not looking forward to the Christmas ones, but I'll do them because they're in the book. But yeah, so I want to get through 8 of them this week. Ooh, notice I'm lifting my arm because my shoulder's acting up again. So speaking of my shoulder acting up. So my friend Jennifer, who is always there when I'm doing something stupid. Oh, all right. She's always there when I'm doing something stupid to help me get out of the situation I'm in. Like a few weeks ago, I was stuck in the floor and she was there to pull me out of the floor. Well, she has the flu right now, so she's not coming over. So I keep texting her, you got to get better. You got to get better. I got to go in the basement. It's all about me. Actually, I did throw in a few nice ones in there, but anyway. So I decided I'm going to go in the basement last night. I needed those Beanie Babies. Did I need them right now? No. But when my brain gets on something, I have to get it over with before I can move on. So my brain was set. You're going in the basement. Those of you that don't know, my basement is literally just a hole in the floor. It's got the hatch and this and that, but it's a hole in the floor. I have to put a ladder down there, one of the 5-step ladder things. And I have to crawl down. So, and it's only 4.5 feet. So I have to hunch over. So picture this, okay? It's dark. Yeah, it's dark, but I do have a light hooked up down there. So I put a light down there, but it's still shadowy. And there is stuff everywhere. If you guys ever watched the show Friends, there was one episode where Monica, who was the clean freak, had a closet filled with stuff just thrown in and it was all messy. That's how my basement is. Okay. So I'm down in the basement. River Life is, I think he had gone to Stewart. So he was out of the house. So dumb move on my part. Anyway, I'm going in the basement when nobody's home. So it is a crawl. It's a hunch space for me. So I get myself down into the floor. I find the Beanie Babies that I want. And now they're in a tote. It's a big tote. 2 of them. So I get one of them that's half empty. Now, picture this, okay? The hole is above my head. I have to get under the tote, push it up through the hole and slide it onto the floor. Because there's not enough room in the hole in the floor for me in the tote for me to. So I get that one up there. In the meantime, I hear River Life come home. And I'm thinking he's going to walk in and just see stuff flying out of the basement. He's not going to know where I am. But anyway, so he comes in the door and I'm like, hi. And he's like, hi. And he looks and he sees that I'm in the basement and he knows whatever. So he stands in the doorway and he's like, what can I do to help you? Now, mind you, it's a hole in the floor and he doesn't bend over that well. So I'm like, I'm going to try to lift this tote through that hole. I need you to grab the tote and pull it up. Yeah, it sure is. So he's like, okay, it sounds easy enough, right? So now it's 4.5 feet. I have to get under the tote, which is 3 feet tall, and lift it up over my head and out. Well, this shoulder won't let me do that. So I'm under it and I start to push up and this just won't go any further. So I'm yelling to him, can you grab it? He's like, it's too low. I can't grab it. So here's where the frustration kicked in. I drop the bucket, tote, whatever the heck you call it. I don't have enough room up there. It's a whole thing, Suzanne. So I dropped the tote. Now I'm just annoyed at myself because I don't like having something limit me for what I need to do. So I put the tote down and I just start throwing Beanie Babies up through the hole. What I don't realize is on the other end of it, Fritz loves stuffed animals. So he's grabbing them and running away with them and trying to, he thinks mom's playing fetch with the Beanie Babies and he thinks he can just take them and run. So try to picture it. I'm in the hole. There's Beanie Babies flying out of the hole. River Life is trying to catch the Beanie Babies, and the dog is grabbing what he misses and running with it. So that there would be a Seinfeld episode. Show about nothing? Well, there you have it, you guys. It was just so ridiculous. And all because I didn't want to wait. If I had waited till Jennifer felt better, and I waited for her to come help me, she would have been able. I wish I did. I wish I had waited, or I wish I had caught it on camera, but some of these things. So I get up there and now we got Beanie Babies everywhere. I'm talking, we've got about 100 or more than 100 and they're everywhere. I said to him, I'm going to use these for the kids' adopt a pet thing. He says, well, we better check and see if there's any of them that are worth anything. I said, well, I checked years ago. Well, of course, I checked half of them, got bored, and didn't check the other half. So he's over by the computer. I'm on my phone, and I'm snapping it to Chat GPT. It reads the tag, and it tells me if it's worth anything. So I got nothing. Then all of a sudden, it pops up. Whoa, hold up. There was one called, I can't think of her name, but she was a little poodle, a little black poodle. Oh, it is. Yeah, definitely Laurel and Heidi. It's a little black poodle. I can't think of her name right now. But anyway, she's worth upwards of $500 to $700. And as we went along, we had about 4 or 5 of those. So we set those aside so I don't give those away to the children. And that's when I decided, well, oh yeah, we are 2 adults that need adult supervision. I'll tell you that right now. But oh yay, chapstick. But so for the rest of the night, we sat in our prospective spots and we went through Beanie Babies. We have about 10 of them that are worth more than $50. So I reached out to my daughter this morning and I asked her if she wanted the Beanie Babies. And she said she doesn't have room for them and doesn't want them right now. She understands if I get rid of them. So I told her, I said, I'm going to use the non-important ones. I'm going to use the $4 ones and I'll save the rest for you. So I'm saving the rest for her somewhere, probably back down in that god awful basement. The basement's totally my fault. When I first started putting stuff down there, they're all on shelves and everything's neat and this and that. Now I get to the point where I lift the hatch and I throw something in. My bad. Future me is very mad at history me. Oh, that's cool. Heidi, that's really cool. So I don't know what I'm doing with the other one, but I have a good handful that I might bring here and let collectors know that they're here. Missy, oh, my stomach just flipped when you came in. Good morning. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you're here. Good morning. I feel so happy right now. So I don't know what I'm going to do with those Beanie Babies. I don't know. Miss C, I was looking over my projects from 2025. I just realized how many, or I did realize how many of those somebodies I sent you. It's really cool. It's funny because I just made them and I didn't realize how many I made. So it's cool. They went to a very good cause. Whew. It's so nice to see you. I try to catch you, but as soon as I'm off here, I have an hour for a potty break, a drink of water, something like a peanut butter sandwich, and then my classes start. So I have a mom and daughter coming in today for a class. I also have my friend Lori, who was just on here. She had ordered a couple things from me. She's coming to pick them up today. And then I'm actually leaving at 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30. You see my shirt? I am, I said, to no one there. Well, I'm going to see the Neil Diamond movie today. The song Sung Blue. Every garden grows one. Me and you are subject to the blues now and then. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm very excited. It was funny because it's a surprise. I'm proud of you too. I love you. So anyway, the movie was a surprise. I get a text message from my brother-in-law. We have a date Sunday at 2:30. So I'm thinking he missed and was supposed to send it to my sister. And I just sent back a question mark. And he said, I just bought tickets for all of us for the Neil Diamond movie. I'm excited. I haven't been to a movie. I remember my sister Cindy was still alive, and my sisters and I, we all we went to the movies, and we would sneak in like little bottles of wine, and we'd sit and have wine together and watch a movie. It was fun. I know it's against the rules. I get it, but it was my sisters and I. We were literally the only 4 people in the movie theater. That's it. And we would sit. And it was like the 4 of us were sitting in a living room, hanging out, watching a movie. It was really cool. I love Neil Diamond as well. I love him because of the memories he gives me with my mom. So I hope I can make it through the movie. I did not make it through the Broadway play. I cried so hard that a stranger behind me gave me tissues. I can't. So I'm hoping to make it. I will make sure I have tissues to bring with me because we don't need to be crying in the movie theater with nothing to do, right? So, but anyway, I haven't been to the movies since then. And so Cindy's been gone. I don't know. My brain won't let me calculate that. It's been probably about 6 years since I've been to a movie. So I'm looking forward to it. I told him, I said, since you bought the tickets, I will buy the popcorn. Probably going to be more expensive than the tickets, but that's fine with me. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. I thought I put, so I try to get everything ready before the show starts. I'm just a mess. I don't have it. I thought I had my book with me, but I don't. Oh, Miss C. Yeah, Karen, I thought it had been about 20, but then I remembered my sisters and I went. So I'm excited. I'm not bringing wine unless I am early and I stop at the liquor store and grab a little. They were the little 4 bottles of wine, so we each had a little teeny. It was cute. It was fun. It was nice. We had a good time. But I'm looking forward to popcorn. So you guys, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment, and we're going to discuss weight loss options. No one. All right. Don't be yelling at me from over there. I won't get the wine. I'm looking forward to a Sprite the size of my head. All right, no wine. Steve will be there anyway. It won't be as much fun. Actually, probably be more fun. He is pretty fun. But no, I won't get the wine. I'll leave just in time to go meet them. Suzanne. He can't nag me from 10 miles away. He's got to come over here and nag me. That's too funny. Cosmo, quit staring at me. So yeah, I just started this next square. So anyway, I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. She's going to talk to me about weight loss and about my shoulder. Stay tuned for that. Who knows what evil lurks in the doctor's office? By the way, she is wonderful. My new doctor. You know how you have a doctor for so long that they just don't listen to you anymore? They think they know everything about you. And as soon as you walk in, they're like, oh, it's this, this, and this, and that's it. And they don't ask again. Well, this doctor, first of all, she never rushes me. She's always waiting to hear what I have to say. And then she thinks it out. Why are my mask? Why? I don't have a mask. Tank, you're scaring me. Wear my mask to the doctor or to the movies? I work in an elementary school. If it hasn't gotten me yet, it's not going to get me. So you can't scare me. I work at an elementary school. Hold on, close that down. No, Tank, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't breathe when it's on. It makes me crazy. Yeah, I work at an elementary school, so I work in a petri dish. If I haven't gotten sick yet, I'm not going to. So here's my new. Let me put, if you hear a noise, it's me putting that away. And by putting it away, I mean dropping it into the bag on the floor. There we go. Yeah, I won't wear a mask. I won't even say I'm gonna, and then not. I just won't. It's just not my. I know it's probably better for me, but. So get this. School. Tank, you brought it up. So this week, it was a very long month this week. Let me just tell you that. So the doorbell rings and hi, can I help you? I brought my son his lunch. Well, that happens all the time. Okay. Keep in mind, in the cafeteria at any given time, there are 100 children. What happens when there are 100 children in a room and you bring one child a Happy Meal? All the other kids are like, well, wait, I don't want my lunch now. I want da 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 da. So I go out to get the kids' lunch, and I said to the dad, I'm like, you're bringing him McDonald's. I said, he can get free lunch. There's hot lunch, there's deli, there's sandwiches, there's salad, yeah, well, he had a rough morning, so I'm bringing him McDonald's. So now I have to walk into the cafeteria where there are 100 children, and I have to give one child a Happy Meal. So I wussed out, and I gave it to the cafeteria attendant, and I said, this goes to so-and-so in so-and-so's class. Have fun with that. So they had to bring it up. It is what it is. I have my job, she has hers, and hers is to bring that lunch to that kid. So, and yeah, schools are germ factories. So we're out. Oh, they're terrible. The kid, it's like a petri dish, but they're awesome. And I will never tell a kid no if she wants to run up and hug me. Although I did wince a little. There was one in the nurse's office, and I went in to talk to the nurse. And the little one hopped up off the bed. She was laying down whining. She had a sick stomach. She hopped up off the bed and came running over and hugged me. I wanted to drink some Lysol at that point, but I didn't. And I made it. I'm not sick. So, wow, Renee, good morning, by the way. Yeah, we had... Hi, Sassy Mary. Yo, what's up? Yeah. Renee, we had a lot of kids. And the thing is, when I get the call from the parents, I usually ask them, what's up? What's wrong with the kid? And if it's anything, strep throat, flu, we even had one kid thought they had mono, but we didn't get the call back that it was positive. But I have to call the nurse and tell her, hey, this is what's going on with this one. This is what's going on with that one. So, yeah, the flu was bad. It still is. And then we have a lot of students that go abroad, like they go to Bangladesh and stuff like that. And they come back sick with the flu. So they probably catch it like on the planes because it's the recycled air and it's the whole thing. And yeah, it's mostly, yeah. So Renee, now you don't have a homeroom class. So you guys, Renee, in case you don't know, Renee is an elementary school music teacher. And So I don't have to call the music teachers or the art teacher or the gym teacher, but I do have to call the homeroom and say, you know, there's a case of whatever in your room. So, yeah, my neighbor just, she has the flu now. And I'm like, can you get over it, please? I need you to get over it. I need you to get over it. Because I need stuff. I'm a very needy neighbor. Renee would know. She used to be my neighbor. No, I really never bothered you guys that much, did I? I remember we looked out, how we met you was that Renee's husband had made a fire in the fireplace, but he used pine, and it was shooting sparks out the top. And we thought their house was going to catch on fire. So we ran over and rang the doorbell, and he's like, oh, yeah, we're good. And that's how we became friends since then. I think the first time we ever went to your house, Renee, we sat and watched the Olympics. That's pretty cool, right? I remember that. Before your room was made into the bar. Before Grace even. Wow. By the way, Renee, it is if I know she's probably a little old for it, but if you're thinking Grace's birthday party, if you want to talk about having it here, I've got a lot of cool crafts. So let me know. I think the adoption one is, I'm so excited for it. I can't wait. Because I have a thing about stuffed animals. They're sad unless they have a home. And now I have a whole basket of stuffed animals that need a home. And it's just, yes, I'm crazy. I am legit crazy. So here is where this square has started. And this is as far as I've gotten today. So between this show and noon, when my first class comes in, I'm going to be working on, I should finish it. At least get this one done and get working on the traditional granny, which I can just whip that up. I'm not even going to read their directions. I'll just use their color plan. I mean, one big thing with this is to start everyone, she starts with a chain and then makes the loop. I start with the magic circle and make the loop, because that's how I like to do it. So any of the ones that has a loop, loop-de-loop, I always start with the circle. So, oh my goodness. Well, we're at, I know, I'll get another cup of coffee and just do it. But I have to go back down the basement again, you guys. I'm not doing it until my shoulder feels better. But I said to River Life, should I just go down, get it over with? And he's like, I wouldn't do that to yourself. I think he's thinking, don't do that to him. Oh, how does he? I can't. It's like I saw some, you know how they have the reels, those short videos? It shows the husband relaxing on the couch and the wife walks through with a hacksaw and a hammer and he jumps up. He's like, oh no, he follows. It says how to make your husband crazy without saying a word. And you just walk by with tools. I think to this point now, River Life just watches me and he's like, what are you building? I'll tell him. And then he just looks away because he knows I'm going to do it anyway. It is what it is. Boy, I'm stuffy. And it's not a cold. There's allergies or something from the heat, right? The dust. I'm definitely putting a rim around that one. All right, you guys, we are at an hour and my schedule does not let me hang out longer than an hour anywhere. So I'm going to remind you, please follow me on Facebook. Like and subscribe here if you're hanging out, please. And thanks for being here. Thanks for starting your Sunday with me. I love seeing you guys. I'm so glad you're here. Remember, it's every Sunday from 10 to 11. And also remember, always be happy, be kind, and be creative. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Have a great week. Bye, guys.